Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make a cortado, which consists of 2 ounces of espresso and 2 ounces of milk, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. As you can see, the cortado glass isn't very big, it's about 4.5 ounces. And for beans, I'm using our Mount Shexon blend. It's a light to medium roast, and it goes really well as a cortado because it has just a little bit of milk to take the edge off. So let's get right into it. We're going to start by weighing out 20 grams of beans. We'll be making a double shot today, so we want about 56 grams of espresso to come out from this. After weighing out my beans, I'm going to toss them into the hopper. I don't have any other beans in there besides the 20 grams I just weighed out. I'm also going to prep my glass by pouring hot water into it, and I'm just using the water directly from the Breville. Next up, I'm going to weigh out 2 ounces of milk. I'm using whole milk. You don't need to be super precise with this. You could do a little more than 2 ounces. You'll just have a little left over at the end, but it will be easier to steam if you add a little bit more milk because as you can see, 2 ounces really is not that much milk. Next up, I'm going to grind the coffee. I have my grinder set to 4. This is something that you'll have to adjust and play around with depending on which beans you're using. Once the grinder stops, that does not mean that it dispensed the full 20 grams of beans. So I'm just going to level it out a bit and then put it back in and keep grinding until the hopper is completely empty. Then I'm going to tamp my coffee. I'm not going to get into too much detail how to do all this. If you want more information, just watch my video on how to pull the perfect espresso shot. And when it comes to pulling shots, I like to have a scale underneath so I can keep track of how long it takes for my espresso to get pulled as well as how many grams I'm getting out of it. So I press on the double cup button and at the same time I got my timer going. And this is how you want your espresso to look. It's really smooth, it has nice crema. This ended up taking about 31 seconds to pull and I got 56.5 grams of espresso. The last step is to steam the milk, so I'm going to start by just barely submerging the wand in the milk to introduce a little bit of microfoam, and then I will submerge it deeper into the milk and let it heat up. A cortado typically does not have any microfoam on the top. It's just the 2 ounces of espresso and the 2 ounces of milk. But we typically like to do a little bit of latte art on the top, so it's okay to have a little bit of microfoam. Once you're done steaming your milk, don't forget to clean your wand and purge it. I also like to tap the milk jug on the counter a couple times and give it a swirl to incorporate all the microfoam into the milk, and then it is time to pour it in. Because it's such a small drink, sometimes it's hard to get any latte art out of it. But hey, if you don't have any latte art, then you're just making a traditional cortado. And that is it, folks. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments down below and we'll do our best to answer.